In a U.S. federal court this morning, a long-awaited arraignment on charges related to the family of Natalee Holloway, who disappeared in 2005 during a high school graduation trip to Aruba.
Sloot is one of the last people to see Natalee alive and a prime suspect in her disappearance, but he's still never been charged in that case and maintains his innocence. He arrived to an Alabama federal courthouse with a not guilty plea entered on his behalf by a federal judge for extortion and wire fraud charges. Sloot is accused of being involved in a plot to sell information on where Natalee's body could be found. A 2010 indictment filing shows the mother, Beth Holloway, delivered $25,000 to Sloot after he said that he would reveal where her daughter Natalee's remains were buried.
I want him to tell the truth. He knows exactly what happened. He knows what, where, when, who, why, and how.
Sloot is in Alabama on temporary extradition from Peru, where he's been serving time on unrelated crimes. And having pleaded not guilty, he will now stay in U.S. federal custody until the end of his trial.
The Pentagon says it's sending more than $2 billion worth of air defense systems and ammunition to Ukraine. In a recent statement by the Pentagon, they say the funding package, part of the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative. It's meant to help deter Russian aggression in the long term. The package will include Hawk air defense systems and missiles, as well as laser-guided rocket system munitions. The U.S. has committed more than $40.4 billion to help the Ukraine since the start of the invasion.
Accept new refugees or pay up. That's the message from the European Union to its countries. The change to the EU's asylum and migration laws was designed to lessen the burden on countries receiving large numbers of refugees. Countries that don't want to accept refugees beyond a certain threshold will be charged. It's a $21,000 fine per refused refugee. The EU says that money will go towards supporting refugees in other European Union countries.
Next weekend, President Biden will attend his first political rally since launching his re-election bid. Biden will travel to Philadelphia on June 17th, returning to a key battleground state that helped him win in 2020. The event organized by union members, but details not immediately available on which labor groups will actually be involved in this rally.
Former President Donald Trump now indicted on multiple counts in relation to the classified documents probe. He faces multiple charges, including one under the Espionage Act. Trump is expected to face a federal judge next Tuesday in Miami. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez reports from Florida with a breakdown of the charges and what led to this.
It's the first time a former president has faced federal charges. Former President Trump indicted on multiple counts in connection with his mishandling of classified documents. Trump taking to Truth Social Thursday night, calling it a dark day for America.
We're a nation in decline.
Trump admitted on tape in 2021 to have secret documents that he hasn't declassified, according to the unsealed indictment. But it's something he now denies.
I'm an innocent man. I did nothing wrong. I'm innocent, and we will prove that very, very soundly and hopefully very quickly.
Last August, federal agents searched his Palm Beach, Florida home, Mar-a-Lago, where they found more than 100 classified documents, some labeled top secret. All this leading up to the charges he now faces, including one under the Espionage Act, obstruction of justice, destroying or falsifying records, conspiracy, and false statements. With the likely frontrunner of the Republican presidential nomination now indicted on federal charges, the probe triggering reaction from both sides of the aisle.
I had hoped the Department of Justice would see its way clear to resolve these issues with the former president without moving forward with charges. And I'm deeply troubled to see this indictment move forward.
This set of indictments is going to be an extraordinary bombshell, not just in the charges, but also in the facts and allegations that it reveals.
In Miami, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Clues to solving the mysterious cases of long COVID may be found in our sewer systems. Scientists have been using wastewater samples to track community spread of the virus. During the genetic study of those samples, they found dozens of unique strains of the coronavirus with never before seen mutations. The source for these mutations may be people who've been living with long COVID for years, and some researchers are saying those infected people are shedding 1,000 times more virus than the average patient. Doctors believe that virus could be causing long-term damage to those infected, and they may not even know it.
The Netflix crackdown on password sharing is actually boosting new subscribers. The streaming analytics company Antenna reports this is the biggest increase in signups since the start of the pandemic. They say Netflix added about 100,000 new accounts on both May 26th and 27th, and a couple of days after that crackdown started. Netflix still plans to block unauthorized passwords soon, but it's offering a paid sharing option. For an additional $8 a month, users can become extra members on existing accounts.
The Bud Light's Pride River Parade getting ready to kick off. We're going to see what they have planned when we return.
And students at a local elementary school learning how to plant and help grow fruit trees in an effort to develop an appreciation for the environment. We talk about some of the local programs where volunteers are educating the kids.
A local elementary school helping kids plant fruit trees so they can learn about what it takes to take care of the environment and the rewards it can bring. KSAT's Tiffany Huertas takes us to Huppert's Elementary to show what the kids are up to.
7-year-old Maggie Chavana spent Friday morning planting trees at her elementary school with her family.
My daughter learned how to use a shovel today.
Maggie attends Huppert's Elementary School, where dozens of fruit trees will cover this area next to the playground.
I think it's awesome. I think the community really needs it.
We have plums, figs, peaches, pecans, grapefruits, limes.
Dominic Dominguez with the nonprofit Gardopia Gardens helped guide volunteers through the planting process.
We'll have an educator come out here and provide number one education, but then also the care of these trees to make sure that their longevity is there.
The school already has a food pantry, so the fruits that grow on these trees will bring an additional source of nutrients for the community.
All these are very important for fiber, but then also vitamin C, and then also just nutrient, calorie-dense food.
100 trees were donated by local business Ernest & Young of San Antonio, which is celebrating 100 years.
We always like to invest and give back.
For Maggie, she looks forward to seeing the results of her hard work.
I'll probably just shake the tree and just take on.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
The second annual Bud Light Pride River Parade will get underway tomorrow, and organizers are expecting a big turnout. Tomorrow, that parade will have over 19 different floats along the San Antonio River with 2 showings, the first being in the downtown Reach area, the second in the Museum Reach. The event marks the end of the Pride Celebration Festival in La Villita and also serves as a way for the city to recognize our diverse community.
Our community, one thing we support is being diverse and inclusive in the community so that everyone feels comfortable coming to our events, everyone feels comfortable coming to San Antonio.
This year's Grand Marshal will be Ada Vox, the San Antonio native who was on America's Got Talent and an American Idol runner-up. You can visit our website, KSAT12, for the full list of artists and entertainers that will attend that parade.
And if you're going, maybe bring some water. Very important to stay hydrated.
Yes, especially when it is so humid out there as well, Adam.
Yeah, it's very sticky. That's what we're contending with, not just rising temperatures, but also the humidity going along with it. Look at our forecast this evening, 96 right now. That's 2 degrees lower than our high temperature today. By midnight, we're down to 80, and then tomorrow morning we'll start the day in the mid-70s. We'll talk more about how hot it's going to get and how hot it'll feel with the humidity and when that heat index will level off a little bit, along with one more storm that's still on the radar screen in just a bit.
A second suspect has been arrested in connection to a drive-by shooting last month that killed a 2-year-old girl. San Antonio police say this man, Anthony Aris-Mendez, was not in the car driving during that drive-by, but he organized the shooting. Investigators believe Aris-Mendez and the intended target got into a fight days before. Both suspects arrested in this case are charged with murder.
A man fired shots at officers for nearly 30 minutes this morning on the northeast side. Police say the suspect called someone he knew, telling them that he killed his roommate. That person then called police. The suspect killed himself after firing on officers, according to SAPD, and police found the roommate dead inside the apartment. No officers were hit.
A dog owner may face charges after their bulldog bit a 9-year-old, sending that girl to the hospital. Animal Care Services says the child was playing with the dog when the kid tripped or fell down. That's when the bulldog bit the 9-year-old on the ankle. A man also nipped the child, doing fine now. ACS says it usually euthanizes dogs with a history of biting.
All right, it's about that time. Triple digits back in the forecast, but on days like today, it feels close enough.
Yeah,
we're there.
Yeah.
Close to 98, our high temperature. Well, that's usually the case. It's just that mental benchmark is what it is. It's psychological, the triple digits. The difference between 99 and 100, that you'll actually feel is negligible. All right, as for the month of June so far, almost every day has been below average except for today. So it's been a below average start to the month, but now we're getting above average. Today above average, and then going into next week above average by almost 10 degrees. The average high is 92, and we're going to be pushing triple digits every day next week. Our first 100-degree day we're forecasting on Monday. So right now we're at 96, the dew point at 70, and that makes it feel like it's 103. Typically, in the afternoon, this time of day, we get drier air aloft that mixes down, and our dew points drop into the low 60s, and we don't have very high heat indices or feels like temperatures. It's different right now because of all the recent rainfall that our soil is saturated. It's got a lot of moisture in it. And so when the sun beats down on it, it evaporates that moisture, and that turns into humidity. It turns into mugginess. So we don't get any kind of break from the humidity that we typically do in the afternoon. Fair trade, if you ask me. I'll take a bit of humidity for the drought denting and drought busting rain. In white here, you see the actual air temperature. In yellow, you see the calculated heat index, or feels like temperature. So Kelly Field, Port SA, feeling like 104. Stinson feels like 104. Same with Hondo. And I do think we'll see even higher heat indices as we go into the weekend. Look at these dewies. Low 70s for most of us, even mid 70s in spots, especially where we saw the rain yesterday. Bulverde, dew point of 74. That's a good example of the saturated soil and the high moisture content of the soil. Where we just had the rain yesterday, we've got even higher dew points by a couple of degrees. Remember, 70 and up, that's the oppressive level, and the higher that dew point, the true measure of how much moisture is in the air, the higher that dew point, the higher your heat index will be as the temperature rises. Actual air temps, 92 New Braunfels, 89 in Kerrville. Those stand out as cooler readings, even Fredericksburg 92, because of, first of all, clouds in New Braunfels and then some rainfall earlier in Kerrville. Junction 82 as a result of a downpour. But Devine at 98 degrees, Gonzales 94, Pleasanton right now 97. Okay, that's temperatures. Let's talk storm chances. We still have a slight chance into tomorrow. 10% chance. And I actually have a 10% chance in through tonight as well, because we're watching some activity in West Texas that could organize. One downpour, one thunderstorm. Junction, right along I-10, heavy rain, lightning and thunder. It could drop maybe some pea-size hail, but that would be about it. You know, when you're on I-10 going up and down through the hills there, that's where we have the downpours. Typically, these downpours don't last more than maybe an hour or two, so I anticipate that to wrap up here within the next 30 to 60 minutes. But the thunderstorm that flared up over Kerrville earlier developed this nice cloud shield, the blow-off clouds. The high clouds being blown eastward by the upper level westerly winds. And so portions of Kendall County, Comal County, and even into Guadalupe County, San Marcos, New Braunfels, actually getting a little bit of cloud cover from that and getting some shade, some natural shade for a few hours this afternoon from that thunderstorm. Otherwise, it's West Texas. Some development out here we'll be watching. Already seen some of those thunderstorms. It's that typical pattern where you just have to wait and see. We'll stay on it for you and let you know if that organizes and then moves our way tonight. And then we'll have to watch for a similar situation tomorrow. But just a 10% chance tomorrow. 74 in the morning, 97 in the afternoon. That's locally. Cotulla up to 103, 99 tomorrow afternoon in Hondo. And then on Sunday, we crank up that heat index up to about 107, I think, for a few hours in the afternoon. And that's going to be the case into early next week until the top of our soil starts to dry out a little bit more.
Yeah, pool day for sure.
You said feels like 107, right?
Yeah, up to 107. Heat index for a few hours in the afternoon, not all day.
Okay.
The Buzz is up next. A popular brand bringing amusement park memories to the cookie aisle. Oreo announced this week it's reintroducing cotton candy Oreos in stores across the U.S. I forgot they had them out before this.
Yeah, I've seen them before. Never tried them.
The unique flavor started showing up on grocery shelves Monday.
The cookie is made with the golden Oreo as the base, with pink and blue cotton candy flavored cream in the middle. And Oreo says fans of the brand have been asking in droves for the cotton candy cookie to return. They haven't said how long this is going to be available, but it will be for a limited time.
Does it stick to your fingers like cotton candy? That's probably not. One of the most active volcanoes in Hawaii and in the world, Kilauea, began erupting again this week after a 3-month pause. This time-lapse footage shows the lava erupting from the ground in Volcanoes National Park.
Officials are monitoring the minor earthquakes and ground deformations of the magma, but they assure people and buildings in Hawaii will be okay.
All right, check this out. 2 astronauts conducted a spacewalk to install a solar array on the International Space Station. Their names are Woody Hoberg and Steve Bowen. Bit hard to see, but Bowen is the one with the red stripes on his suit.
This is his 9th spacewalk, and as for Hoberg, it's his first. 2 spacewalks are scheduled for the station, and this one lasted 6.5 hours. That always gets me about these. You think, spacewalk, 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's not a walk, says Kasky.
It's a marathon.
So a heads up, the 10% chance of storms tomorrow, kind of like today, we had a few pop up. In the rare event something develops, it could quickly become strong to severe. Nothing for you to worry about. Just have your KSAT Weather Authority app handy, enable those notifications, and we got you covered in the event it happens. Otherwise, 97 tomorrow, 99, but feeling like it's up to 107 Sunday afternoon. I mean, sunshine all weekend, and then next week, just about triple digits every day, near 100, give or take a degree or so.
Doesn't matter at that point.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Thanks for watching.
See you at 10.